Have you recently lost a loved one and are struggling with grief? Grief, a natural response to loss, can feel like an emotional roller coaster, leaving you feeling overwhelmed and uncertain. It's a journey that each of us must navigate in our own unique way. Grief is more than mere sadness. It's a complex mix of emotions that can include shock, anger, guilt, and profound sadness. While these feelings can be intense and frightening, they're a normal part of the grieving process. There's no right or wrong way to grieve. Your journey through grief will be as unique as you are. It may be short or it may take longer than you'd expect. It's important to be patient with yourself. Don't let anyone tell you how you should feel or how long your grief should last. Remember, it's okay to grieve and it's okay to seek help when you're struggling. You might have heard about the 5 stages of grief. Do you know what these stages entail? Let's start at the beginning. The first stage is denial. Denial is a defense mechanism, a buffer against the immediate shock of the loss. It can feel like a foggy state of disbelief where accepting the reality of the loss can seem impossible. Following denial, we often find anger. As the masking effects of denial start to fade, reality and its pain re-emerge. We may not be ready for this, and anger becomes a placeholder for the flood of emotions we're not ready to face. You might feel anger towards the deceased, yourself, or even random strangers. Next comes bargaining, a stage filled with if only and what if questions. We may find ourselves making a deal with a higher power in an attempt to postpone the inevitable or to turn back time and avoid the pain. Then, we plunge into the 4th stage, depression. Unlike clinical depression, this stage of grief is a response to the loss. It's a sense of deep sadness and emptiness where we fully confront the reality of the loss. It can feel like we're in a dark tunnel with no light in sight. Finally, we reach acceptance. Now, acceptance does not mean we're okay with the loss. Rather, it's about acknowledging the reality of the situation and recognizing that we must learn to live with it. It's a stage where we start to look forward and imagine life beyond our grief. It's crucial to remember that these stages are not linear and are different for everyone. You may not go through every stage, or you might experience them in a different order. That's perfectly okay. Grief is a personal journey, one that is as unique as the bond we had with the one we lost. Understanding these stages can help you make sense of what you're feeling. How do you cope when the pain feels overwhelming? It might seem insurmountable, but there are ways to navigate through this fog of grief. Expressing your feelings is vital. Write, paint, sing, or simply talk about your loved one. This isn't about forgetting, but about remembering and honoring them in your own unique way. Taking care of your physical health is also crucial. Grief isn't just emotional. It can take a toll on your body too. So, eat well, rest, and try to get some exercise, even if it's just a short walk around the block. Lean on your support network. Talk to friends, family, or join a grief support group. Hearing others share their experiences can help you feel less alone. And if the weight of your grief becomes too much to bear, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists and counselors are there to aid you through this challenging time. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. You don't have to go through this alone. Let's recap what we've discussed today. We've delved into understanding grief, a complex, multifaceted response to loss. It's a deeply personal journey, unique to each individual. We've also explored the 5 stages of grief, which can serve as a framework to help us make sense of our feelings. These stages are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Remember, these stages aren't linear, nor are they experienced by everyone in the same way or order. We've also discussed coping strategies, emphasizing the importance of self-care, seeking support from loved ones or professionals, and allowing ourselves to fully experience our emotions. These strategies are not about moving on or getting over the loss, but about finding ways to live with the loss and continue to honor our loved ones. Grief can be a long and difficult journey, but with understanding and support, you can navigate this path. You are not alone in this journey.